Hello, beautiful, wonderful, majestic souls of YouTube. My name is Dan. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate to this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings there. I'm sure you'll find something that aligns with you. So let's get into it. We are back on the Modern Day Witch cards, Modern Day Witch deck today. Let's dive straight in. Okay, girl. King of Cups. King of Cups has come up every single reading, I think, for the last 4 or 5 readings. Let's get into it. So we have Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, King of Cups. For once in these readings, I actually don't think this is an energy that is sitting around you. I think this is actually representing an aspect of yourself. I really feel like there is this combined trifecta of energies that is really coming together for you right now. I feel like there is this deeply emotionally connected but emotionally in command part of you that is coming forward and being like, yeah, I am emotionally in command now. As well as the part of you that is such a boss, really got everything on lock. And these two parts are joining together because there is something that you are embarking to begin. And it is a joint effort between your emotional side as well as your more business career side. So I feel like there is some kind of offering that you are preparing to, you're building the blocks for it. You're preparing to present it to the world as maybe it is a business. It feels less like a business. It feels less like there's this immediate monetary exchange of goods or services. It feels more like this is something that would help you with your career in terms of platforms, in terms of what you're known to do, but I just don't think it's so much like immediate exchange. This could be, if you're a creative, maybe you have some content ideas that it's strategic in that you will be creating more content, but also it is coming from a very authentic, emotional place where you are wanting to share years of earned wisdom. So let's get into what the cards have to say about that. Any advice, universe, as this collective goes on embarking on this project, on this offering? What do you have to guide them? Can we please have some practical words? What are the things that they should be looking for? What practices should they be putting in place? What things should they be navigating, looking out for? Okay, so the main message that I'm getting through is this isn't just because this is new, it isn't necessarily different from things that you've done before. I feel like you've done very similar things to this before. So the making of content or the making of resources, or maybe you're hitting up people, emailing them, sending messages out, trying to network, whatever it is that you've done, whatever it is that you're having to do, you've done it before. You maybe haven't been so invested in the reasons why you were doing that before. So maybe you didn't have the same hesitation there. For example, I used to manage a music studio where we taught lessons, and I learned a lot of different things there. And sometimes I didn't really care so much because it wasn't my business and it wasn't high stakes for me. And then sometimes going on and doing my own business and doing that kind of thing, that it can feel like I have more of a hesitation there because it is something that I personally am emotionally invested in. And I feel like there's a similar dynamic. All of the skills and all of the practices and all the actions you've done before, but you maybe haven't had such a emotional attachment to the success of this thing or how it's received. The guidance there is just, babe, you've done this. Like, you know how to do this. I'm also getting that you need to start to find reasons around why you're doing this that is not based on, like, there needs to be a motivation behind this that isn't based on how many likes, how many followers, or how it's we can't focus it on immediate gratification. We can't fall in love with doing this thing and be focused on it succeeding in a qualitative way. There needs to be a driving force behind it that exists before you even share it with the world. Like, you putting this thing together has to be so fulfilling for you that even if you weren't to share it, it would give you such fulfillment, so that when you do share it, the reception of it doesn't taint your love for it and your love to continue doing it. It's just really, really important that you don't start a platform and then start to feel like what you're doing isn't succeeding because you aren't getting likes or views and this, that, and the other. It's really, really important that from jump, you have an entirely separate intention for why you even do this thing. And it could be processing. It could be a gift to your future self. It might be something that is helping you move through, practice, train, express. It needs to be something so tangible that it becomes untouchable once it's out into the world. Like, what it means to you is untouchable. Okay, it's a channeled message. Let's get to the cards. We have 4 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Yes, okay. There is a reality in which you stress over how it's being received by others. I wouldn't be surprised, because that's been coming up in the readings as well. There's a bit of a comparison game, how things are being perceived and received. So that has the potential to really sabotage your project. It's really, really important that you move through it with an intention of, like, maybe it is just that you grow. You doing this is going to be such a growing thing. It's not like this is going to be the last thing that you ever work on or the last offering. It's another offering amongst so many other offerings that you're going to be doing. So maybe that sense of fulfillment is just, I'm practicing being emotionally invested in something, and I'm practicing the art of getting it to completion and sharing it with the world. I'm practicing fulfilling my ideas. I'm practicing being open and accepting of myself and ready to put myself out there, and knowing that you're just giving yourself the validation is enough. And that whole Instagram account can get 0 followers, but it doesn't even matter, because everything that you make and do there, you look back and you're like, mwah, work of art. I'm so proud of me for putting that up there. The love needs to be there for yourself, for what you make from the start. And when that's there, really authentically there, there's actually going to be so much abundance. That authenticity and also complete lack of desperation. You're not like going over the top, trying to do a bunch of things to be likable and to get attention. That is what is going to magnetize people towards you. I love that. The big thing is, before this goes out into the world, it needs to be like, you really need to cultivate the love that you have for being in the process of it, and what it is that you make. Like, you are the only audience that this project needs. And as long as you are happy with it and you keep feeding your audience, which is you, this is going to be a successful thing, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Because it already is, because it was successful with you. And that energy is going to magnetize so many people towards you. Not that that matters, because the only person that needs to be appreciating it and loving it as you. It's such a weird thing to try and describe, where it's like, this is going to be successful because it's going to fulfill the purpose, but the purpose is just to make you happy because you're the audience. It's a weird thing because it ping pongs back and forth. All right, universe, please, insight, information. What other words do you have for this beautiful collective? I feel like in the 1 week that I've been doing these readings, there's just been this exponential blow up of like you coming forward and doing what's been on your heart to do and like really taking that action. King of Wands taking that, Knight of Wands taking that action, 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Like you are alchemizing your pain and trauma in a way that's just gonna set you up. Like I feel like you've already done that as well. Like I feel like you've already taken experience and like transformed it into something new and beautiful. You're just doing it again. But I feel like maybe if you had done that in a business sense, maybe you had business experience, like I talked about earlier. Maybe you had business experience and you just put that and reshaped that into a way that worked the best for you. Now you're going to start to do that like on an emotional level, which is, yeah, it's different, but it's the same. Like what you're doing is the same. The medium of which you've been doing things is actually the same. This, as much as it's unfamiliar territory, it's familiar territory. Like the going through the motions of it, as well as like the learning curve. I'm sure that with anything, whether it's setting up a business or trying to establish a platform, you go into it and the first lot of whatever it is you're making, or the first few attempts, or the first attempt at the branding isn't it. And then it changes. And you've probably been through that learning curve where it's like, yeah, I did a certain type of branding, or I tried a certain style of video, or I tried all these different things and I ended up changing it because it didn't quite work. You're going to go through that same learning curve, so don't feel like you have to have it down perfect the first time because you're going to end up changing it. But that's the only way. Like you actually can't have it perfect the first time because it hasn't even formed itself yet. So just give yourself the grace and space to learn and to practice. Like I said before, this is not the first thing that you've had to create to completion and begin to share. This is not going to be the last thing that you are sharing and offering. This is just another way that you are learning and practicing. And it's an absolute gift that you're giving to yourself. So make sure you're fostering that love for you, for the things that you do, so that when you put it out into the world, it is literally untouchable. You are untouchable because you fucking love it. You love it. And it really doesn't matter whether or not people's eyes are on it. It's not meant for them. It's meant for you. It's been for you. And you're going to keep going and you're going to keep doing this. Doesn't matter. That energy is going to spread like wildflower. And I can't even tell you how much people need that energy right now. When this actually came up before as well. Let's bring it in. Maybe I need to do a whole reading on this energy, because this came to me while I was working. You don't understand the impact of your energy on others. Like you actually really, really heal people. And it's not even an intentional thing. It's literally proximity. Like when people are within proximity to you, you being just like, they touch your energy and they start to reflect on themselves, on their lives, and they start to value themselves more. And they start to shed bad habits, addictions, negative mindsets. Like it's so powerful. So please, please, please continue to share yourself, cultivate that relationship that you have. I'm sorry about the big ding over there. Let's get some oracle cards. This has probably been one of my favorite readings. I am in divine flow and move in alignment, yin and yang. This one, I was just shuffling the cards, and this one came up in the last reading before. Yin and yang, you're in flow. Let yourself be in flow. Do not overthink it. All right, and I wasn't always like this, I had to create who I am. this is really touching on, like, you are on a journey. Let yourself learn. Let yourself practice. You are only showing up for you. And I know that you love you and you are the ideal audience for you. You wouldn't be a creative if you didn't also love appreciating art, and your work is going to relate to you more than anyone else in the world. Give yourself the space and the time to grow into a version of you that continues to exceed your own expectations in the way that I know that you already have. I know you've done so many cool things and entered different eras of your life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't even know I was that kind of person. I didn't even know I was capable. You know why? Because part of you that was ready for that change was like, let's do it. Let's go on this journey. Keep at it. Keep going. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.